What condition is your body currently in? I just ate a whole lot of cottage cheese, so I'm feeling a little bloated. I'm gonna put Aquaman in front of Pump Man because Pump Man's flavor text explains that sometimes he'll volunteer to wash off graffiti, and no one likes a narc. It's me. Building. You're supposed to remove any glass that could break. And in Dracula's castle, Death flies through the window and breaks the glass. I couldn't give a shit about Death. You should have removed that stained glass first. But more than that, he has this tender leadership quality that makes him not only respected, but loved by his peers. And then above him is a fucking T-Rex. What is the object you'd least like to be stabbed by? Trident. It's like 3 stabs at once. It's not the lusty Argonian maid. I feel like I should broach this subject. I'll tell you why I didn't include it in my good fiction list, and it's not because I'm a prude. Who doesn't love a little erotic lizard fiction?
Ooh, come on, baby.
With all the spell casting and shouting you must do as Dragonborn, who really has the time to read all those books? I do. Apparently. What is your greatest intangible fear? This is a pretty heavy one. I guess my greatest fear would be like not being able to remember my loved ones and just like losing that sense of self. So probably, I guess it would just be memory loss is probably my greatest intangible fear. 9, what is your greatest tangible fear? Horses. It's the stews. Strolling stew. Soaring stew. Swiping stew. Smoldering stew. Age. There is a large ape. Again, I could not categorize that, but I know he shouldn't have been there. Humans are real squishy, really, when you think about it. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go throw myself into the ocean now. Yes, a level of world building that could only exist in an interactive medium. And for that, I commend you, Bethesda. My second reaction to this was, what the fuck? Hey, Todd? What the? But we've culled it down to the perfect number to figure out our sexy monster. That's right, we got 69 left. Can I get a whoop? Woo! We'll work on it, Clayton. We've also got Bowser Jr. up here, but he's not in a military role. He's actually Secretary of Transportation, but that's just pure nepotism. Occupational noise exposure. I'm ignoring the fact that they're fighting on top of a jet, and instead thinking about how loud those jets are. Pop some earplugs in. The academic books. Fun fact about academic books that I learned in college is that no one has ever enjoyed writing or reading an academic paper. Why'd you put it in a video game? Your mom fires lasers at you when she sees you gaming. I'm not here to discuss her qualifications, but you are not allowed to fire those lasers at employees. Just let me game, Mom. It's more mature than the Goomba, and also its name has an extra syllable and is way more fun to yell.
Look at this Galoomba.
Look at this Galoomba! Tsuchinoko is a Japanese cryptid that is a snake that is fatter in its middle than on its head or its tail.
I just don't see why it's sexy.
You don't, Patrick, you gotta understand, it's not about what you could first see, right?
I mean, but even after that, what do you see after that?
It has a propensity for lying and for drinking alcohol. Patrick thinks it shouldn't be this high on the list, but fuck Patrick. Top Man. I'll give you a guess about what he does. Did you guess explore other planets? Because yeah, that's what he was designed for. Why the fuck is he a top? Dry Bones and Dry Bowser, whose naming conventions confuse and frighten me. When I die, will I become Dry Brian? Is a living Bowser Wet Bowser? Why do Piranha Plant have bone in it? Of a flammable liquid in one place. By the way, I'm including magma as a flammable liquid. I know they mean petroleum substances, but I think that's just a lack of imagination on OSHA's part. God, these are all so good. We're getting into the categories where I can't stop laughing. Serious. Snake Man. And things that don't really need to be sentient. A vacuum. It's Dustman. Although, Dustman is quoted as saying, "Don't let me suck more than I can handle." So you know what? Actually, I take this back. He's more important than Chill Man. Next we have our aquatic troops. Where can you find pleasure? Search the world for treasure. Learn science technology. Where can you begin to make your dreams all come true? On the land or on the sea? In the name